All right, guys, I'm back with another one. It's freezing balls outside, but I just got the part in for the Miata that I think I need. I also ordered a new idle air control valve. I don't think I'll actually need that. I think the one that's in it is fine, but I just ordered it for preventative maintenance. But this right here is a crank saver. Anybody that's familiar with Miatas knows what these things are, what they're all about. So now I just got this thing up on jack stands and start pulling this thing apart. Check the timing. I think that's what the problem is. I think it's out of time slightly, and these are non-interference motors, so I don't believe the pistons will slap the valves if it's out of time, but I do believe that, I don't know how it works, but anyways, it makes it run poorly if it's slightly out of time. So yeah, we'll just work on that right now and get back with you guys in a second. We'll just do some time lapse until we get there. I'm gonna have to pull the valve cover off and then try to get the pulley off. Put it in time, pull the pulley, crank thing off, crank pulley off, put the thing, whatever. We'll figure it out. I don't know for sure. I'll watch a couple videos. We'll figure it out. Bye. All right, so I finally got the valve cover off, and then this little plastic piece. It was just this thing, and obviously you guys know what a valve cover is. And to be honest, the valve cover kicked my ass a little bit more than I feel like it should have. I didn't realize there are these two bolts back here on the spark plug wires that you have to take off. So just be mindful of that, and yeah, you can get it out. With it being cold out too, everything is so stiff, like it's hard to bend anything, so that's tough. So now what I'll do is, this is what we need to get off. So I'll put I think it's a 17. We'll put a 17 on there and get the timing marks lined up, and then see if it's lined up right here. And then, yeah, just get the timing set, and then we can pull it apart. All right, I think I said that was a 17 in the last clip. I lied. It's actually a 21. So, but the sway bar here, I know a lot of people do this from the bottom. I'm going to try to do it from the top. A lot of people will drop the sway bar and obviously take that tray off. I just got a swivel socket. Why is it not focusing? Okay. Yeah, I just got a swivel socket, so that's what I'll use to turn it and get it to the top dead center. So yeah, I'll get that lined up, and then I'll get back with you guys in a second. All right, so if you can see, get the I lined up with that, E lined up with that. It's not gonna look straight on camera, but just take my word for it. And then these two timing marks, there's one right there, one right there. I believe are supposed to be lined up with these two. So I think we're good. It looks to be pretty spot on. So I mean, maybe this could go a hair back. Maybe, I mean, if you could see that, maybe it could go a touch back. We'll see. But now I need to try to get this off. This car is freaking automatic, so I'm not totally sure how I keep the engine from rotating. I've seen a couple guys put like crescent wrenches on the cams and then vice grip them together, so maybe I'll have to go that route. But if it's too tight, obviously I don't want to put too much stress on the timing belt. So I'm not too sure, but we'll see. I'll figure it out. All right, so this is the setup I'm working with right now. I'll set the camera up and we'll see if it either works or breaks together. Finally got this thing out. What I will say is it's definitely better to take the radiator out if you have the time and desire. I personally didn't have the time or desire, so I fought with it, and you can get it out, but it's a slow process. So who knows? Maybe it's the same amount of time. But I guess I'm not out of the woods yet, because I could get down here and still need to pull the radiator out when I got to get the pulley out and stuff if that little gear fights me. So we'll see. All right, so to pull this off, the belt, you loosen this and then loosen these. There's two of them, and then that releases tension from the belt. And then if you look down here, let me see. I don't know if you can tell, but right on the left side of that keyway, so we can get down there further, you can see that it's starting to get chewed up. So the crank saver was definitely necessary. And the freaking front main seal is leaking, and I don't have one. So I gotta figure that out. All right, so a little bit more down the rabbit hole here. Let me show you. So I got to that, and I got the keyway out. I set it here somewhere. Where did I set that thing? Oh, had the little like thing. Yeah, look how chewed up that is. No wonder the car was running like crap, because it would be slightly out of time, I think. So now I gotta pull that off. Actually, do I gotta pull that off? I might not have to pull that off. Oh, I'm an idiot. I might not even have to pull that off. Hang on. I might be able to just take this part, because this part goes in front of it. So technically, I should be able to just slide the new key in there. Yeah, I should just be able to slide this in there. And when I put that on, that goes in the front. Oh, I might be so dumb. I might have just did a bunch of extra work I didn't need to do. I don't know if it goes up or down. That's a good question. Let me figure that out. All right, I just read on the forums, it should sit like that. So this angle piece goes into the crank saver. The bevel part goes down and slides in. All right, so I'm in the process of tightening this back up. If you can see down there, the crank saver is wedged in there. I still got to wrench it down, then torque it. I could have saved a lot of time if I felt that the timing was okay. I pulled this off to verify the timing before I did that. Chances are, if you're just doing this as preventative maintenance, you can literally just jump straight down there and take it off and do it and probably have this job done in 30 minutes. Me, obviously, I wanted to verify things, check the timing, make sure everything lined up. So that way when I put it back together, I didn't want it to run like shit and then me have to pull all this part again anyway. So yeah, now I'm tightening all this stuff up, and we'll see what happens. I got to throw the cover on, this front cover, the valve cover, cut the zip ties off, put the belts back on down there, tension all those up, plug everything back in, and then yeah, we'll fire her up. Guys, quick update. Had to take a couple day break, but I did get out here last night off camera and do some type of work to the car. You see, in beautiful Indiana, we got some snow. But anyways, let me pop the hood. All right, so I got the crank pulley put on and tightened down. So I still got to put the intake hose on, tighten that down. I had to replace the PCV valve because I broke it when I was trying to put this hose back on, because the old hose was super brittle, so I had to get a new vacuum line and put that on. So basically right now, I just need to go through, make sure the belts are tensioned properly, and then put that on and fire it up and see what we got. Fingers crossed this thing runs with no issues. Fingers crossed. And hopefully I put everything back together right. So we'll see here in a second. All right, fingers crossed. Let's try to fire it up. All right, so it starts and it runs perfectly fine. My only complaint is, notice the crank was still slightly wobbling, and I didn't torque it down. I didn't have a torque wrench, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pull this intake hose back up, and I'm gonna wrench it back down some more and see if that changes anything. I tightened it as tight as I could get it, so I don't know. Maybe there's something else in there that needs replaced, because it's running a hell of a lot better and it'll rev up and everything, but it still looks like it has like the slight wobble. And I just looked at the footage and it looks worse on camera than what it does to like in person. So I don't know. And I didn't tighten, something's rattling. I didn't tighten something because it didn't have the like knock before. So we'll figure it out. But anyways, I'm just let it idle for a second and see if it changes, and then if it idles just fine, then I'll go for a test drive. Fuck it. All right, so it runs 1,000 times better. I have a couple noises that are concerning, but performance-wise, if I was deaf, the car's perfect. But there's a slight noise. It almost sounds like that crank pulley still needs tighten. So maybe, I don't know, maybe I bite the bullet and pull the whole front end apart to where I can put an impact or some shit on it. I don't know, we'll see. But for now, I'm gonna just end it here, and it's cold. I'm gonna go back inside, but happy I can drive this thing. I'm gonna take a couple test runs driving it to work, and then if it does okay, we'll just put it on the road for the next skate park trip, see how it goes. But yeah, for now, that's it. Peace out.